Tonight, live from Legion Field, Birmingham, Alabama, undefeated New Orleans leading the Southern Division of the Eastern Conference against the challenging Birmingham Stallions, who won their last 4 in a row. From the 26, Walton throwing first down, looking for Buford Jordan, who stacked up in the backfield out there. They'll blow the whistle in a moment. That was Fred Bohannon, the first man to get to him, the strong side safety, and a loss on the play back to the 23. Defensively, it is Mike Perko, 69, Jackie Klein, 98, Joe Cugliari, 95, Dave Purfori, our men in MVP last week, number 75, the front 4 for the Stallions, Herbie Spencer, 55, Mike Murphy, 56, the linebackers. The X-back, the 5th back, is David Evans, 26. On the corners, Dennis Woodbury leading the league in interceptions, number 21, Ricky Ray, 27, the safeties Fred Bohannon, who just made the tackle, and Chuck Clanton, 24. That is Shalene in motion. Buford Jordan trying to get some running room. Does not even get back to the original line of scrimmage. Snowed under there. Led by Cugliari, number 95, and number 69, Mike Perko. And it'll be third down at about 12.
Mike Perko, is he a story? He was cut by the New Orleans Breakers, and Perko wants to prove something.
Third and long in that defense of Birmingham, very much in evidence. Now Buford Jordan becomes a slot back left. Mark Shalene, the only setback on third and long. Birmingham had 9 men on the line of scrimmage. Walton gets it away. It is intercepted. And there goes Clinton. Touchdown, Birmingham. Johnny Walton has been intercepted 3 times all year. That is number 4, touchdown.
Jim, the man that puts the heat on is Herb Spencer, number 55, the outside linebacker. He saw the fullback set up the block, so he puts a blitz on. He's going to come from the right-hand side of your screen. That's Murphy coming up the middle also. But you see Spencer there, makes Walton throw the ball away. Clanton is there. He was throwing the ball to the tight end, Bale, number 87, and Chuck Clanton picked the ball up, just nobody in the end zone. He almost lost the ball about the 2-yard line.
Danny Miller, who is perfect thus far, with Birmingham 9 out of 9, makes it 10 out of 10, and without the offense of Birmingham touching the ball yet, all of a sudden, they've got the lead 7-0. A crowd that at the moment is being rained on at Legion Field, but a crowd that has already seen a bizarre game, and it is only 5 minutes old. 7-0, the Stallions. The ball at the 32-yard line, and there's a problem with the clock, and so we'll have to wait a little bit longer for them to get it straightened out.
Well, one of the reasons I'm not coaching and I'm up here is I said I would force Dario Casarino to kick again, and that's been their best offensive play. Casarino's punt and the fumble of Frederick.
Johnny Walton waiting. He has just been intercepted. He has not completed a pass yet. Chuck Clanton returned it. Here comes Tom White back to tell Walton what the problem is. We know what it is, and now he will tell the crowd what it is. Or will he? Nope. He's going to say, let's go. Wind that clock, which now shows 10:99 on the clock, so we'll have to play this by ear. Instead of 10 minutes, it shows 10:91. Now the rain really begins to pelt down, and the officials note the clock and say, let's run that thing down to where it should be.
Kept on the field.
The time will be kept on the field.
Okay. We'll have to just keep in touch with the officials through our man on the field to give you the time of the ball game. Look at that rain. How many times have we been at Legion Field in Birmingham with big games coming up, the Stallions playing well, and the weatherman not cooperating?
It only rains in Birmingham on Monday night, between 7 and 10.
From the 32-yard line, New Orleans trailing by 7, first down. And that is Buford Jordan back there now, and he's got the football. Jordan just picks up a yard, and that is all. Fine play made by Jackie Klein, who moments ago stuffed Marcus Dupree after a 1-yard pickup.
Well, we thought that the New Orleans Breakers were going to throw on first down primarily. Well, they've been trying to run the ball, and as far as running the football, they have done nothing. But, again, Jim, the rain.
Well, I thought they might have thrown there, Paul, and I'm not Johnny Walton and don't know the conditions, which look bad, but he certainly has a field position to throw if he's ever going to throw in this game tonight, inside the 35-yard line of Birmingham.
Oh, he's got Lockett out there one-on-one on the outside on Ricky Ray. That's maybe where he wants to go.
He's looking that way, but dumping it out for Shalene, who was not even looking at him. Mike Perko was over with Shalene, and as you can see, Herbie Spencer was with Johnny Walton in the backfield.
You know why Mark Shalene did not look at the ball? Because he saw Perko coming. He figured, if I'm going to look at it, I may get nailed here, so if I ignore the ball, then Perko won't hit me.
The Breakers, remember, had 591 yards of total offense last week. Johnny Walton had 440 yards throwing the ball, a short-lived record because Hebert broke that. But here tonight, they picked up maybe 4 or 5 yards all night. Marion Brown checks back in. Minus 3 yards, Johnny Walton is. 3 wide receivers. Shotgun. Look out, Spencer really leveled Walton, and the throw downfield intended down there for number 85, Charlie Smith, is incomplete. But Johnny Walton really got another calling card from Herbie Spencer for the second time in 2 plays. It's 4th down.
Jim, I said the linebackers are wreaking havoc with the offensive line. There's Murphy 56 coming, but watch on the right of your screen. Here comes Spencer. Herb Spencer just levels Walton ahead. He had time. He had Charlie Smith in the end zone. May have been open. Number 26 is covering on the outside. That's David Evans, but take a look at never had a chance to get it to him.
Mazzetti hasn't missed the field goal all year long. This one from 47 yards out. He has missed his first. He has missed his first. 8:52 to go. Jim Smith, ex-Steeler and 2 Super Bowl titles and rings on his fingers, 86 the other. Dale Mason, 81, the tight end. Robert Woods, Mike Turner, the tackles. Buddy Atletta, all-pro in the USFL. And Pat Saint in the guards. And Tom Banks, the center. The defense of New Orleans in a moment. It is 2nd down and 5 from the 35. Clock is kept on the field, they say, but the clock is running here, and this is 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. There goes Jones in motion again. Oh! Leon Barry, the ball was loose, but the man went down. Talk about some defense. That was Darrell Wilkerson who made that number 75. He is one of the front 3. The other 2 are Jeff Gaylord, 61 at the nose. Mike Robinson, 92 at the end. The linebackers in there for them. Ray Phillips, Lawrence Williams filling in for the injured Bill Gump, who's out for the year. He was a leading tackler. Marcus Merrick, an all-pro, number 56. Ben Needham, number 59. At the corners, Woodrow Wilson, 20. Lindell Jones, 23. The safeties, Charles Harbison, 42. Joe Restick, 36. Toller comes in as a wide receiver, number 85. They will alternate wide receivers bringing in plays. Stout over the middle has his man, and that is Perry. First down across the 40-yard line.
Don't you like it? Joe Cribbs told me before the game that he would like to get in the offense. Perry is hurt. That's Marcus Merrick said he got the ball. But Joe said he'd like to get in the offense more catching the ball or throwing the ball to Leon Perry.
Leon Perry is supposed to have been a blocker last week against Tampa Bay. Carried the ball 13 times. Now they're throwing to him.
All right, Stout's going back, and he's looking to the outside of Toller. He can't find anyone open, so he sees Leon Perry, the big guy down the middle. Look at the 2 hits. He gets hit sandwiched between Lawrence Williams and Marcus Merrick.
7 minutes to go in the quarter on the interception. Birmingham leads. Birmingham was 2-3. This year, 4-1. Last year, they're averaging only 13 points a game. This year, nearly 30 points a game. Last year, they had 13 turnovers at this point. Only 6 this year. That's quite a turnaround for the Birmingham offense. Their defense, well, the record is the same, but take a look at the defense there. They gave up 136 yards plus rushing last year, only 68 on the average this year per game. First down, and whistle blows. Could have been Robert Woods, the left tackle, moving.
Ball start. Number 72 on the offense.
That's who it was.
First down.
1st and 15. They'll move it back 5.
You know, when you were looking at those statistics, Jim, the incredible thing was at the end on the defense, the takeaways and the giveaways, that's where they improve a lot. And the other thing is the sacks that they had during the course as far as the defense is concerned. I mean, they're just doing a great job defensively. They're number one against the rush.
Leon Perry really racked up his back in the ball game after being out for just one play. First down from a 37. Fake to Perry. Stout still with the ball. Swings it out here. Oh, hold on to it. Joe Cribbs does and picks up a couple of yards. Actually, more than a couple, because it was first and 15, and he got by the original line of scrimmage, and now it is about 2nd and 9. So give him 6 yards on the play.
You talk about Joe Cribbs as a runner. Watch his pass-catching ability now. The concentration. He does lose the ball. He's setting up the screen. He gets a fake block up in the middle at Jeff Gaylord. But watch this. He bobbles the ball. He's still looking at the ball. Forget who's going to tackle him. Now he avoids a defender and picks up 5 yards.
2nd down, 9. Good stop. Looking across the middle, and there's Darrell Mason, the tight end. First down inside the 45-yard line. Tackle made there by Charles Harbison, the strong safety who was thrilled that he made the tackle. But one thing, Charles, it's first down Birmingham.
Darrell Mason takes this ball away from number 56, Marcus Merrick. You see him in your screen. Now watch out. Mason is not his primary target. Then he sees him in the middle. Watch the wrestling match right here and see who comes away with it. The big man. Excuse me. I said Marcus Merrick was there. That's Lawrence Williams. Marcus Merrick also there. And then Harbison makes the tackle. But that was a great catch in the rain.
7-0 Birmingham. They're driving. They've got the ball at the 42-yard line. Kohler in motion. Battling for a yard or two is Leon Perry and does not get too much. I'll repeat again what happened last week against Tampa Bay, because that's what Riley Dodge would love to happen. Dick Curry doesn't want to happen this week. There were 2 drives last week that Birmingham had, one of almost 9 minutes, and then starting the final quarter, they reeled off better than 11 minutes for a touchdown drive, and the entire drive, 11 minutes, only went 60 yards.
That's the amazing thing. They took the ball at the 40-yard line and kept it for 11 minutes and 10 seconds. And
2nd down and 9. Take the crib, stout, pumps once, looks long for Jim Smith. Whoops! No flag. Smith goes down, double coverage. He's upset. Riley Dodge is upset, but it's 3rd down and 9.
Jim, you're going to hear the boos here from the hometown crowd. Someplace else, maybe not so. But on this one, when you take a look at it, Jim Smith is there. Watch what the defenders are doing. They're all going for the ball. All right? They're going up in the air. That's Miller 40 there. He is not hitting him in the back. Smith is just going down, and they're going for the football. That's an excellent call by the official.
Earl Gant makes his first appearance in the backfield tonight, number 23, on 3rd and long. The audience has done nothing on offense except throw the ball to Chuck Clanton for the only score of the game. And let's face it, Birmingham has not moved in close enough even yet for a field goal. So it's been that one big play thus far, plus great defense. And here's Stout on 3rd and long. Again going over the middle for Gant. And Gant, with Miller there covering, cannot get to it. And it's 4th down. And out comes Skip Johnston out of Auburn. Johnson, as he comes out, is a continuing story. We've had Birmingham, and, well, this is the 3rd time in the last 4 weeks. We've said that his job has really been in jeopardy, and Skip has known it. And every time we say that, he has come out and had an outstanding game, and he is still there and still punting well.
The one thing about him, though, he's really not had to kick under pressure. What I'm saying, he's kicking from the 41-yard line going in. There's not a lot of heat on him.
Miller is one man deep. Johnson for the end zone, and it will bounce in the end zone and go out. So it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Chuck Clanton's interception and return for 30 yards is the only score of the game. The audience will get it back now with 4:33 to go. Curry maybe not smiling so much now on your right. Riley Dodge has reasons why for the moment. A look at the passes. Abear of Michigan leading Johnny Walton of New Orleans in 2nd place. And we'll see Craig Penrose of Denver next Monday night and Steve Young of Los Angeles. The audience has not gained a yard. They're minus yardage thus far. 1st and 10 from the 20. As Jordan swings in motion, Shalene, the ball carrier, and Shalene gets the biggest play of the night thus far for New Orleans. Before that, the Breakers had rushed 4 times for minus 1 yard, had a pass for minus 3 yards, and had a 10-yard penalty. They were minus 14 yards before Shalene picked up right there 8 yards out to the 28. It's
you know, it is amazing, and they're still on first down, and it's got to be due to the weather, Jim, because the field position isn't that bad at the 20, that they are running the ball on first down, when we, in fact, thought that they would throw the ball the majority of the time on first down.
Buford Jordan, the lone remaining setback. There are 3 wide receivers in there. By the way, that's all they carry on the New Orleans roster. And here's Buford Jordan. He had a great day last week. He's got the first down. And, man, he simply just ran over number 26, David Evans, the X-back. Absolutely leveled Evans.
The man that got the block on this play was number 80, the wide receiver Frank Lockett, knocked 2 people out of the play. One, number 55, Herb Spencer, and number 98, Jackie Klein.
3:41 to go. All the statistics, Paul, as we all know, are on Birmingham's side, including the score, but it is only 7-0. And New Orleans is in this game doing fairly well. To spell it out for you again, they are undefeated, leading the Southern Division. The team on the other side of the line of scrimmage has won its last 4 in a row. They lost their first, and if they win tonight, they'll share that lead. Now after the first, New Orleans first down, Buford Jordan carries the ball. Herb Spencer's got him, and an official has thrown a flag. Tom White, illegal motion.
You hear that? You can hear the sounds down there, but you can hear the Birmingham team just screaming, shift left, shift left. They were reading the play, and they shifted right into the play.
Illegal motion. Number 80 on the offense. Penalty is declined.
That's
Second
Lockett.
down.
Got his second down. And move the sticks up to the 41-yard line. Second down and 7 to go. There's Lockett. Boys, he had some gains. 572 yards he's gained already this year catching the ball. Against Jacksonville, he had 255 yards. Takes the view for Jordan. Walden in trouble. Now out of trouble, and down he goes, picking up a couple of yards. Joe Cuglieri, number 95, finally put him down. And Walden has only been sacked once. That's not a sack, but he's been in trouble a lot of times tonight. And Paul, when I say sacked once, I mean sacked once all year.
Well, I was talking about Herb Spencer and Murphy, the 2 linebackers. Watch number 55. He has Walton, just misses him. Walton's making the Buford Jordan. There's 55, Herb Spencer coming in. They're blocked by Bale. Number 87 didn't get there. Watch Buford Jordan. He moves out to try to block, but that didn't help anything because Joe Cuglieri, number 95, makes the tackle.
Third down and about 5 to go. New Orleans looking for its second first down of the night.
Shotgun.
They've been in that a lot tonight. Forced into it. There's Shalene carrying the ball. Shalene looking for the first down and has it near midfield. Mark Shalene out of Nebraska carries the ball out near midfield. Or peeling back to make the tackle is Mike Perko.
Well, Shalene, this is the draw of the fullback, and this is one way to stop. Jackie Klein gets held in right there, and Bohannon, 41, misses the tackle. But you've got the big man, Lewis Bullard, number 72, out front block, and Shalene picks it up. That's a good way to stop the blitz, Jim. Do some screens and draws.
A little over 2 minutes to go. First quarter, 7-0 Birmingham. First down, New Orleans at midfield. Walden throws it out here, has his tight end, Ross, the ex-Cincinnati Bengals, and Ross has got another first down at the 40-yard line. Marcus Dupree has played, carried the ball but once tonight, and then he and Jackie Klein got in a tussle.
Yeah, it was for a loss. All right, here comes Ross off the line of scrimmage. He's going to run an out move right there. David Evans, number 26, and Herb Spencer, the linebacker, are doubling on Ross. They get there, but not after he picked up the first down.
It is a driving rainstorm in Legion Field, Birmingham, Alabama, but it is still a good crowd. We're televised live here in Birmingham tonight, but they turned out, they're sitting in the rain, and they are seeing a beaut so far. 7-0 Birmingham. There's Shalene. Up top, you can see Mike Murphy. After a gain of a yard or two, as again, New Orleans tests that number 1 rushing defense of the USFL.
Well, they ran a triple right formation. Triple means you put 3 wide receivers on one side. and then they ran back to the weak side away from the receivers. Now there's Spencer and Murphy. 56 is Murphy, 55 is Spencer. Bullard's getting Spencer blocked right there, but his teammate, another linebacker, there's only two on this team, Murphy, makes the tackle.
Second down and 7 from the 38. Here's Walden going long. Down there reaching for it is Lockett, saying that Ricky Ray interfered, but there's no flag. We were talking with Dick Curry about a statement that Paul McGuire made on the air, I guess a week or so ago. Someone said, how fast is Frank Lockett? He said, as fast as he has to be. And Coach Curry concurred with what you said. He said, he seems to stay even and then has the extra step to get loose.
He's got that burst once he gets to the defensive back, but that time Ricky Ray stayed right with him one-on-one, and the ball was laid out. Couldn't get it.
They say the clock officially is on the field. It shows on the clock 36 seconds to go, first quarter. 3rd and 7. Walden puts it up, and nobody's going to get it. He was getting pressure from Murphy. Put the ball, a flag is down in the backfield. And Murphy is turning to every official in sight. Let's see what it is. They're walking toward Birmingham. He might have manhandled Johnny Walton. There they go. First down. They're moving it all the way down to the 22. Tom White will make the call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 56 on the defense, loaded ahead, first down.
Poor Mike Murphy, he was the only one there. It had to be he.
Exactly, and the pass was thrown, first of all, it was supposed to be thrown to Charlie Smith. He was supposed to run an up pattern up the middle of the field, but he broke it off, and Walton just dumped the ball down the middle. There was absolutely nobody there.
7-0, but the audience driving in the last half minute of the quarter, according to the scoreboard clock. It may or may not be official. Marcus Dupree is back in. He's got the football. There goes Marcus Dupree. What a run inside the 15-yard line. Bohannon gets him, but Dupree picks up 9 yards. Bothered with a hamstring pull. Expected to run the ball 14 or 15 times tonight. That is a good run.
Well, that time New Orleans, what they did is they took their tight end, Dan Ross, he was on the right side. Their extra tight end, David Bale, number 87, was also on the right side, but he goes in motion towards Ross. And what they do, they double team on the linebackers on the outside to get Dupree to the outside and forces the safety to make the play.
They're going to let the clock run out. And when we come back, it's going to be second down and short inside the 15 of Birmingham for New Orleans. But at the moment, as the quarter ends, much longer than Birmingham, gain more yards and they trail 7-0. But that may change shortly. Second and short from the 14. Bale in motion. Marcus Dupree looking for running room. Does not get the first down. Loses the football. Belongs to Birmingham. Spencer at the bottom of the pile is pointing. Looked like Jackie Klein having a great night. Got up with it.
Jim, does Marcus Dupree get hammered? Watch this. He's going to cut it up inside. 52 is Gooch. Dan Gooch, he's right there. He's the one that makes the pop, puts his helmet right in there, and then Jackie Klein is going to end up with the football. There he is. He's on top right now, and then he worms his way down into the bottom to get the ball.
Birmingham, another big turnover forced by Dan Gooch. Has the ball at the 17. Joey Jones in motion. And that is Joe Cribbs trying to get outside. Cribbs, bolts it in the air, is hammered as he hits to the 21-yard line. A pickup of 4, and it's second down and 6.
They fumble the ball, New Orleans got it.
Now New Orleans get it. Cribbs is furious. He's on the ground saying, I was down. Cribbs still won't leave the field. Still talking. Let's watch it.
All right, he's going to have Buddy Adelette, number 78, out in front of him. Here goes Joe Cribbs. Also Perry's out there. Now watch, he dives in the air. Remember now, the ground cannot cause a fumble. Did the ball come loose there and he hit the ground? It was coming out as he was coming down.
That is a good call by the officials.
Yes,
Cribbs didn't think think so, but that is a good call. And now New Orleans down 7-0. Get the ball back at the 21.
Well, what do you expect? You got the number 1 rushing defense, Birmingham, and the number 2 rushing defense, New Orleans.
Buford Jordan in the backfield with Stallions. Walden having a tough night. Going for Lockett. Lockett toward the end zone. Lockett got tangled up. Paul, I want to tell you that the man down there, Ricky Ray, has done quite a job with Frank Lockett tonight. He's been right with him.
There was some contact about the 5-yard line.
And a flag clear across the field.
Now, that's on the side where Charlie Smith is, and Charlie Smith is being covered by Dennis Woodbury, number 21.
Look out, they're walking backwards.
Illegal contact. Number 24 on the defense. First down.
Illegal contact. That'll move the ball to the 16-yard line. Chuck Clanton, who intercepted the pass for the touchdown, the only score thus far of the game, guilty of the illegal contact. What a crazy game. And we got 13:53 to go in the first half.
I love it. I love it.
Walton going for Ross. No good. Good defensive play across the way by David Evans, the X-back. The 5th back that Raleigh Dosh uses on nearly every single play.
Well, they go 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs, and that man, David Evans, is the X-back. He is covering Dan Ross. Now watch 26. Watch the move he makes. He pushes. There's a little bump there by Ross also. And watch this play by Evans. Almost gets the ball.
2nd down and 10 from the 17-yard line. 7-0 Birmingham, second quarter. There it is again, just off the left hand of Dan Ross. And now Johnny Walton says we want timeout. They've got this outstanding field position after losing the ball on a... 2nd down 10. Walton hands the ball off, and Shalene does not get much. Hanging on is Cugliari, number 95.
Jim, they had the blitz on again with the linebackers. There's Murphy, 56, coming in. Watch Cugliari. His job is to read. He has the draw plays, makes a good play right there. Number 24, Chuck Clanton, comes in and helps out. That's what his job is. He reads screens and draws.
3rd down. The ball at the 14-yard line. New Orleans, we all know, is a big play team. We keep waiting for one of those big plays to explode here. 9 men up on the line of scrimmage. 2 just yards behind. Walden, they're coming after him. The ball is thrown across the way. It is Clanton that breaks it up. Intended for Bale, but Clanton makes his second outstanding defensive play of the night.
The thing that makes this place work so well for Clanton is David Bale, number 87, we've got holding against the offense. I would refuse that guy, thank you.
Right this time.
That's right. I'm never going to say make a punt again, I'll tell you this. Here comes David Bale off the line of scrimmage. But watch what Clanton does. He plays him to the inside first. Now watch the ground that he closes on. Going up for the ball hits off his arm, then off his head. Just a super play.
Mazzetti had been 6 for 6 in field goals before tonight. He tried a 47-yarder midway through the first quarter and missed that. And now we'll try a 31-yard field goal to get New Orleans on the board. And he does get them on the board. 12:53 to go, second quarter, 7-3. Kicks it high into the left, trying to get it before it goes out of bounds, and Birmingham knocks it out of bounds. I think it was a planned play, Paul, to get it over and maybe recover the ball. That's an odd-looking onside kick, but they just kicked it over that front line.
This was planned. He kicked the ball up in the air, Jim, away from the wall that they have up there, and away from the front wall and the back wall, and he put it in an area. It was a great kick by Mazzetti because the ball hit in the open field. Had New Orleans grabbed the ball, had possession, they would have had it, but Earl, the tight end, number 89, was smart enough to hit the ball out of bounds.
Dick Curry does a lot of things, including putting a play a week in from his fans who write in from all over the country.
That wasn't the play.
That was not the play. That's Dick's play. Ball at the 31. Cribbs. Stout drills the ball over the middle, and a catch over by Jimmy Smith. Yes, Pittsburgh Steeler first down. They moved the ball into New Orleans territory at the 46.
Jim, if I was 20 years younger, I may have been able to throw this pass because Stout had all day to throw. You think Joe Cribbs, the pass receiver, the rusher? Watch this. Here comes Joe Cribbs, and that's number 37, who is Johnson is a safety blitzing. Joe Cribbs, watch the block that he makes here. That's his job also to block. Look at the time that Stout has. Now you throw the ball down the open part of the field, right in the middle to Jimmy Smith, first down.
And now the fake to Cribbs again, a pump. He throws the ball out of the backfield. Looking for running room is Cribbs, and Cribbs gets to the 37-yard line. Almost a first down. It is second down and short. 7-3 Birmingham. They've not scored offensively. The only offensive points moments ago, the 31-yard field goal of Tim Mazzetti on a drive that took 4 plays and a minute and a half before the field goal attempt.
You know, when you have a player like Joe Cribbs, his caliber, and he fumbles the ball in a crucial situation, they end up getting 3 New Orleans breakers. You get him back into the ball game again and start giving him the football.
They did just that. There goes Cribbs. There goes Cribbs. Cribbs inside the 25 to the 22. First down, Birmingham.
Well, Jim, that's the best way I know to get him back in the ball game. He's got Leon Perry, number 30, in front of him, but watch, it's a draw play to Cribbs. You look at his face, he's determined. Here comes Perry. Watch 30, 248 pounds. He's going to take on the linebacker. Goodbye, linebacker. Hello, Joe Cribbs.
Cribbs fumbles, set up the 3 points, and this is how, as Paul said, he gets him back in the game.
He's just following the big man out in front. That's Leon Perry getting a block on Williams, 51, the linebacker, and then watch Joe Cribbs do his thing.
Jim Smith goes wide left. Toller comes to the right. First down from the 22. Cribbs again. Cribbs gallops down to about the 16-yard line. A pickup of 6. It's 2nd and 4, Birmingham.
Well, Dick Corey's kind of getting a little worried there. He's talking to his offense, but his defense is not holding Birmingham Stallions. Joe Cribbs can hit a hole as quick as anyone I've ever seen, and he's not afraid of jumping in there either.
Well, I'm going to beg to differ to you for a moment, because Birmingham has not yet scored offensively, so defense of New Orleans is not that bad.
No, they're not that bad. Now, remember, they're the number 2 team in the USFL in rush, against the rush on defense.
Second down 4. There's a little man again. He does not get the first down. Cribbs hammered from behind. You can see the big man was Larry Williams, number 51, the inside linebacker, forced to the starting role by the injury to Bill Gump. 3rd and 2.
Well, what Birmingham did in this game, they are a trapping team like Michigan, where I'm saying the guards come out, they pull, they trap, they'll bring a tackle down and trap. What Raleigh Dodge is trying to do this evening with this team, New Orleans, they're trying to block straight ahead, man-on-man blocking, fewer traps, and try to get to the hole quick with Joe Cribbs.
Less than 9.5 minutes to go. 2 tight ends. Here's Stout rolling this way. He can pick up the first down himself and scrambles down to about the 10, and he's got the first down. Stout is an outstanding runner, averaging better than 6 yards a carry.
Look at the line charge. This is a bootleg. They take everybody to the left. Here comes Adlet out in front of Stout. Now Stout's going to roll. He's got an option now to throw the ball or run with it. The receiver's covered. You got Buddy Adlet out in front of you. You better run with the football. Buddy Adlet comes up, takes Ray Phillips out of the play, and they pick up the first down.
You know what? He slid on his own down to the 10, and they moved the ball back as though he'd been knocked down to the 11, and it may not be a first down, but it is a first down because he slid on his own to the 10, and they moved the ball back.
He could have slid, as you say, you're right, all the way to the end zone and scored a touchdown, until he's touched.
In any event, it is first down. The only difference is a yard. 7-3, Birmingham, and this is the best drive for the Stallions tonight. If they win, they'll be in a flat-out tie. The Southern Division of the Eastern Conference with New Orleans, which at the moment is undefeated, with a long way to go. Toller comes wide right, Smith to the left. The backs are split on first down. There goes Stout. Make it reverse. Stout down to the 1-foot line. First down. plays by Stout for the first down, and now another first down at the goal line.
That's about as pretty a bootleg as I've seen. And that was run all the way. That was not a pass play. That was Stout carrying the ball.
Big man, 6'4", 215. Stout, Cribbs tries. Well, touchdown. Perry gets up. Says, I've got it. His 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
Remember, folks, this man weighs 200 and close to 250 pounds. The offensive line, they are really driving off. Pat Saindon, there's one of the few traps, and all Perry has to do is cross the plane. He's in. There's a close-up of Stout, barking things out. Here comes Perry. Take the big horse. He's in. Guy out in front, who's that? Number 20, Joe Cribbs.
Danny Miller. It is either Perry and Cribbs or Cribbs and Perry, or Stout on his own. Miller adds the extra point, 8:03 to go. That's the first offensive points put on the board by Birmingham. They have 7 more on an interception. Bruce Miller will take this one at the 6. Miller slips and falls backwards and finally is wrestled down from behind. As flashing over was Banks. There is Leon Perry. He got hurt earlier tonight. Remember, he got sandwiched, was out but for one play, had just scored the touchdown.
Remember last week we did it, Perry got hurt for one play again. We thought he was really hurt. Then all of a sudden he's back.
The audience and their fans waiting for the Breakers to get going. Birmingham has now outgained them total offense 107 to the audience 47 yards, but they have total midway through the second period. Hale in motion. Walton on a handoff, and Shalene gets across the 30 to about the 31. And you can see Mike Murphy and Herbie Spencer.
The thing about Birmingham's defense, why they are number 1 against the rush, is attributed to the defensive line, Purifoy, Cuglieri, Klein, Perko, and the 2 linebackers, Murphy and Spencer.
Coming up at halftime, Tom Mees will have USFL stars in action, plus a special NCAA report on what's going on between Georgetown and Houston in the NCAA, which is going to start any time now. We'll keep you apprised of the score here on our telecast. Second down 7, but the time has run out on Johnny Walton. It's going to be second down and 12. This veteran quarterback let the time run out on him trying to call an audible at the line of scrimmage.
Remember what you said in the first quarter, Jim? When Birmingham goes to an 8-man defensive line, when they put everybody on the line of scrimmage, Walton's going to audibilize out of a run play into another passing situation. He was trying to audibilize there. They put the 2 linebackers in the line of scrimmage. Walton couldn't get the play called.
And so it is second down and 12 from the 26. 6:44 to go. First half. Lockett shut out tonight so far. Comes out wide to the left. He's been averaging well over 100 yards a game these last 2 games. 255 against Jacksonville, 155 yards last week. Walton pumps, throws downfield past everybody. Nearest man there was Dan Ross. Evans was back with him as he's been on other times, and it appears that David Evans, the X-back, has the assignment that an outside linebacker normally would have, and that is stick with a linebacker. It's easier for Ross, who in size is 6'1", 170, and has a lot of speed.
Jim, the biggest problem Johnny Walton is facing right now, we know that he's an excellent quarterback, and he's got tremendous receivers. He does not have the time to throw. They're blitzing Birmingham, I say they, that's Birmingham, on almost every single play.
Third down 12, they're blitzing on this play. Walton gets the ball away and has Charlie Smith. Smith across the 45 35-yard line to the 44, and the Breakers pick up a big first down. 3rd and 12, deep in their own territory. It's 1st and 10 in Birmingham territory.
Here come the blitzes again. Murphy and Spencer, 55. That's Shalene trying to force him, but you see Spencer down, back up again. Sees Charlie Smith being covered one-on-one by David Evans, and there's just no way that David Evans can stay with Smith. When you get the one-on-one coverage, you go to the middle to the guy that's open.
I'm sure you've noticed it, but Pureport tonight is playing the left defensive side and Perko the right defensive side. Just what they were not doing 1 week ago.
Change the pace. Free.
First down, Walden, deep drop. Looks, drills the ball to Bale. Bale still on his feet and gets inside the 40-yard line. Pick up a 5 for David Bale. It's 2nd and 5. Perko and Evans in on the stop. 5:45 on the clock. 14-3 Birmingham, first half. Birmingham trying to climb into a tie, the Southern Division of the Eastern Conference, with undefeated New Orleans at 5-1 after tonight.
Well, that time, Johnny Walton had time to throw the ball, but everybody downfield was covered, so he dumped it off to David Bale, his backup tight end.
Lockett and Smith are both wide to the right. Straight ahead goes Shalene, and there is Perko again. By the way, we have seen Marcus Dupree only rarely tonight. He did have one good run of 9 yards. He had another run in which Jackie Klein simply put him back on his heels. 3rd and short, about 2 yards. Well, we agree with that bad hamstring that they've been using new type equipment on to ease the pain, get him back in action. He's got the first down against that number 1 rushing defense inside the 30-yard line. And the Breakers are beginning to put it together. They had one big play, 3rd and 12. They took care of that. And now they move down where time is called because Evans is down. Walt with a short drop throws it out here, incomplete. David Ray defending Lockett, who still has not caught a ball tonight. 2nd down and 10. There's Johnny Walton. 3 years a head coach at Elizabeth State, where he also played ball.
Our minute MVP last week, Purifoy, he's on Hurley. Take a look at this. Is there holding there?
Never.
No, not a whole lot. Look at the official looking right at him. Don't hold me, man.
Ball remains at the 26-yard line. It is 2nd down. A wet crowd, but an enthusiastic crowd. And a good ball game. Crazy at times. Anthony Steeles is in there now for New Orleans, the back, number 33. They're going to throw to Anthony Steeles. Steeles is knocked down as he picks up the first down inside the 15-yard line. Chuck Clinton put the hit on Anthony Steeles.
Anthony Steeles came out of the backfield in a triple formation. He was the wing, came down the field, and no one was on him, and Chuck Clanton closes on him. Take a look. Anthony Steeles is to the right of the screen, or left of the screen. You don't see him. Walton read it. Watch the pop he takes, though, after he catches the ball. That's the head and shoulders if you're going the wrong way, Anthony. Now we'll see why that play works. Here comes the pass protection. Johnny Walton goes back. How many red shirts are there? And that's Murphy getting nailed. Excuse me, that wasn't. Yeah, that was Murphy.
First down from the 15. Walden throws it down and almost intercepted. Flagged down. The man there was Woodbury's got 4 interceptions, and somebody might have been guilty of something.
I think you might have Evans guilty of an illegal chuck downfield or pass interference. Number 26.
I remember in the USFL, pass interference is 15 yards and first down, not at the spot of the foul. So they mark it off.
Half the distance. Or a little bit.
Half the distance to the goal line. First down.
Pass interference, number 24 on the defense. First down.
That was Clinton.
First and goal.
The way he called it.
Well, they had Evans and Clanton there, but Clanton came over and hit the receiver after he had missed the ball.
First time New Orleans has been in this position tonight. They trail 14-3, but they've got a first down at the 7-yard line. Now time, is it called from the sideline? Tampa Bay has fallen on hard times. They've lost 3 in a row. Jacksonville lost its 4th in the last second of play to Memphis, which won its 2nd on Saturday night. Since Saturday night, Oklahoma knocked off Houston in overtime. We were concerned about Doug Williams being hurt out at Arizona, but he came back to have a great night. Chicago scored in the last moments. Washington missed an extra point and a field goal because of a bad snap. Chicago won its first. Washington still winless. We told you about Memphis and Jacksonville. I hope you saw that Saturday night. Denver took Arizona and George Allen 17-7. And elsewhere yesterday, in other games that you did not see as it went off the screen, Philadelphia took Tampa Bay. Pittsburgh defeated Oakland 28-14. Michigan buried San Antonio. And New Jersey spoiled the debut of Steve Young 26-10 over Los Angeles. First down at the 7-yard line.
Jim, now Birmingham goes with 4 linebackers. They've got Murphy in there, they've got Sales in there, they've got Gooch in there, and they've got Spencer in there.
Hale is wide to the right, Lockett and Smith come to the left. Hale, the man in motion, the kick back to Buford Jordan. Jordan breaks some tackles. Jordan gets into the end zone. Broke a couple of tackles and has his 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. Buford Jordan.
Jim, Dave Purefoy was outside along with Herb Spencer. And take a look, here's Purefoy. He has the first shot at Buford. Can't get him. Spencer overruns the play. And then Buford Jordan gets by Dan Gooch, number 52, and gets into the end zone. Touchdown. It is now 14-9. And we got another Birmingham player hurt on the field. Excuse me, I said that was Spencer that overran it. Was 56 Murphy.
Paul, for a long while, midway through this quarter, Birmingham number 1 on the rushing defense. As you take a look at the man down, looks like Woodbury.
Well, they were going to go for 2. They were going to go for the 1, and then Mazzetti left the field. They brought Johnny Walton and his offensive team back on again. But don't rule out a fake here, huh?
They've tried other things. There's Mazzetti. He is 16 for 16 this year. And now we resume. Mazzetti makes it 17 for 17. And our ball game is 14-10. 471 thus far. He started out at 439, so he has gained the difference between 439 and 471, where Harrell is. Walker, New Jersey, 411. He got hurt yesterday with a bruised shoulder. Long of Arizona, they had a bad day rushing yesterday. And now, Mazzetti will kick the ball. Remember, last time he tried a fake, in that he did not kick it long and kicked it over the initial line of the first 5 men. And they're kicking the ball back from, well, is he going to put it on a 35? He's got it on a 35.
Jim, Birmingham is in that same situation again. Now, they've got 5 men up around the 50-yard line, or the 49-yard line of New Orleans. And then they have 4 men with Perko on the outside, on one side, and Cuglieri 95 on this side. So they're all linemen up there, but there's that hole again over on the right-hand side.
They've got Leon Perry and a few people, and Gant and Johnson are not playing deep at all. They couldn't do anything about recovering a ball should Mazzetti try yet another strange kick designed to get the ball back, but he's going to kick this away.
That's Gant.
That's Gant. At the 15-yard line, Gant, the captain of the special teams, gets out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Very close to the 2-minute warning. 2:35 to go. 14-10 the score. Remember, we will keep you updated on what is going on in the NCAA championship game out in Seattle between Georgetown and Houston. If you like your football, stick with us. You won't miss the scores of the basketball. And Tom Mees at halftime, aside from the USFL Stars in Action, will bring you a special NCAA report. Joey Jones, they haven't thrown to him tonight. Wide to the right. Smith to the left. Stout with the ball. Crosses away. And they say that the catch was made by Jim Smith. He kept the feet inbounds, first down, 37-yard line. By the way, as Birmingham gets the ball back, Joe Cribbs has carried for 32 yards and has caught the ball for 15 more, averaging 6.5 on the carry and 7.5 on the rush. As you can see that Dennis Woodbury is leaving, but leaving walking well, although I'm sure that his facial area is hurting. There's Cribbs going to the outside. Good run, 2 yards as a result, with a tackle being made by number 51, Lawrence Williams.
Oh, he put a move to get back to the outside, and Ben Cheatham got to him.
2 minutes to go in this game, which thus far has been long, exciting, and bizarre. The score, 14-10. Birmingham, one outstanding drive for a score. New Orleans has had one outstanding drive for a score. Birmingham has scored on an intercepted pass. New Orleans has gotten a field goal as a result of a Birmingham fumble.
Can you believe this crowd on in this type of night? It's just unbelievable.
Good football game, miserable night. Fake to Cribbs. Stout's got some running room. Now fires the ball to the side. Smith has it. They say he's out of bounds. Third down and 9.
Jim, the question is now, could he have come down in bounds? Now, Smith, if he's pushed out of bounds and they take away the right for him to come down in bounds, all right, that's Natum outside pushing him back out to the corner. All right, let's just take a look at Smith now. Watch his feet. He's got the ball. You know what the problem was? He did not have possession of the ball. Actually called by the official. Watch his hands, watch the ball. He does not have possession of the ball there until he's out of bounds.
Here's Cribbs running a draw play, trying to get the first down. He's got the first down and more. Joe Cribbs inside the 30-yard line, down to the 25. They'll mark it at the 24. First down, Joe Cribbs having an outstanding night.
Jim, when you have a man that fumbles a football, then on that last drive went on that great run of his, when he's pumped up and ready to go, give him the football. Because Cribbs, what a great job he does in the middle of the field, and I think it was Lawrence Williams, the linebacker, number 51. He just made a fool out of him.
Cribbs has carried the ball 7 times for 71 yards against the number 2 rushing defense in the league. That's New Orleans. Stout looking long and deep, and Smith can't get to the ball. Back there with him was Miller. Stout is talking to Tom White.
Stout is going to talk to Joey Jones, because Joey Jones was standing in the right-hand corner of the end zone, and there was not a soul near it.
You think Joey might tell him that? Sorry about Joey. We got to talk about Joey for just a moment. He's only 5'8", weighs 165, and as a newspaper here in Birmingham said, he is not a hunk. But Hal Hayes of the Birmingham office says you should see the letters from the young ladies who just think that Joey is cute as can be.
He's got a girlfriend, though.
Yes.
In that night.
Second down and 10. 1:17 to go. First half.
Safety blitz.
Stout looking, throwing for the end zone, and Smith, and they just say that he tripped over the defensive back, Bruce Miller. That Miller did not trip him. Smith got his feet entangled, and it is third down and 10.
Oh, Jim. Well, now, is this ball out of reach? Take a look at it. Here comes Smith coming down on Miller. Miller moves to the inside. Now Smith has got the position. They're running. They're not touching at all. Watch their feet get tangled up. He just clicks his heel right there. Smith goes down. The ball is out of the back of the end zone.
Here comes Joey Jones into the lineup. And the way he dashed on the field, he may have the information. Let's see what they do. Remember what Paul said. Jones is coming to the same side on third down and 10, but now they have a back, Eric Johnson, coming up to play him head on.
Right in.
Whoop. They're going to call time. Stout saw something, too. So Smith goes to the left, Joey Jones goes to the right, and Darrell Mason, the man that Paul's talking about, is on the right side. Third down 10. There's Cribbs, and he's not going to get out of the backfield. Not going to get out of the backfield. Good job.
Well, Raleigh said we'll throw that play out.
Ray Phillips knew exactly what was going to happen there.
Damn it, I didn't want that.
Well, I won't say what he said at first, but what he said at the end was, I didn't want that.
No, he didn't want that. We're sure he didn't want it.
Third down, make it fourth down. That was a third down play, and now Stout comes to the sidelines again. This will be a 45-yard attempt. Miller is 2 for 3, hit none over 40 yards thus far, and this will be a 45-yard attempt if indeed he does try it. And he's going to try from 45 yards out with the wind behind him and does not quite reach it. The 45-yard field goal attempt, no good, and New Orleans takes over with 55 seconds to go.
But then remember one thing, too, that Birmingham gets the ball back in the second half on the kickoff.
Looking for the big play. They've had some plays. They're in the ball game at 14-10, but New Orleans hasn't broken off that big play. Lockett has been shut out so far.
Shotgun.
Little dancing around there, and racing out is Anthony Steele, who's had the ball one time before. They're in a hurry-up offense here. That was on a pass coming out of the backfield. 38 seconds to go. Let's see if they just keep it on. Well, they're in a shotgun, but they ran from the shotgun before. Now they're going to throw from the shotgun. Walden puts it on the sideline across the way, and the catch is made over there by number 82, Marion Brown, who that's only his fourth catch of the year. He had 2 of those last week, and they both set up scores in their overtime win over Chicago.
Jim, in this formation, they got Dan Ross, the tight end, is back in the backfield with Johnny Walton, and they have a play where he comes out into the flat, just comes out of the backfield, and Walton hits him on it.
First down, 42-yard line, 28 seconds left.
He's back there with him. He's right to the left of Johnny Walton, right of your screen.
Not coming out this time. Oh, the slip and almost picked off. Almost picked off. Looked like Mark Thomas had a chance to get it, and Thomas couldn't hold on to it. The receiver slipped, and it was right at Thomas, who's filling in for Woodbury on that left corner.
On a good day, Thomas might have been hard-pressed to catch this ball because Walton fired a ball at Marion Brown. And Marion Brown is going to slip and fall down. Watch how fast this ball comes through Thomas's arm. Here it comes. Here comes Thomas.
Whoops. Where'd it go?
That's right.
Second down and 10. Walden again, going back. He's going to put it up long this time, down the sidelines, and no one will get to it. The nearest man back there, as you can see again, was Marion Brown, and a couple of red jerseys, and it is third down and 10 to go. And 16 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. Tom Lee standing by with the USFL Stars in action and a special report of what's going on out in Seattle between Georgetown and Houston and that NCAA championship basketball game.
I know who you like.
Well, living in the Washington area, how'd you know that? Our director, Mark Payton, lives in Houston. Who do you think he wants?
He wants Houston.
Here's Walden again. Walden coming out of the making the good catch across the way is number 85, Charlie Smith. And that's enough for a first down with 10 seconds to go.
Well, you hit it right
the ball inside. I'm sorry, Paul. Move the ball inside Birmingham territory to the 48.
Excuse me, you hit it right on the head when you said a great catch because it is raining very, very hard, and he had to turn around and make the catch, he being Charlie Smith, number 85.
There's Stout, run well tonight. Didn't run one play that Raleigh Dodge wanted to run, however. Took him out of a possible field goal, which they missed from long distance. He's going to put it way up in the air, and everybody's down there with red shirts. Clanton, tell you one thing, Birmingham is its own worst enemy physically tonight. They are killing each other, running each other. Spencer, as we know, did a job on David Evans, who came back to play. Woodbury is still in the locker room because Gooch, another linebacker, hit him in the face with the heel.
Jim, I'm not trying to be funny about this, but that's what you get sometimes when you have an aggressive defense. They're going after people with no regards for their body.
4 seconds to go in the half. 14-10 Birmingham. Second down and 10 New Orleans. The ball at the 48 of Birmingham.
Alley-oop.
Walden's going to go all the way. Lots of red jerseys back there. Clanton knocks it out of bounds as the half is ended. It's all over this first half. Tom Mees is standing by with USFL Stars in action and the NCAA report. Is Eddie teeing the ball up at the 35-yard line. We look down and see Woodbury stretching out along the sidelines, and so Dennis Woodbury apparently will be able to come back and play once New Orleans gets the football.
We also learned not only is Woodrow Wilson out because of the knee, but Charles Harbison, their fine, strong safety, number 42, got his bell ringing. He may not be back in the second half.
Boy, what a night. All right, 30 minutes of football left. He's ready to kick off. Gant backing up into the end zone, bobbles the ball. He's got to come up with it. Gant ridden down, but about the 11-yard line. Ridden down by the tight end, Bale, playing on special teams. From the 11-yard line. First down. Joey Jones comes to the right. Jim Smith goes to the left. Cribbs 20, Perry 30 in the backfield. Stout, of course. He's your quarterback. Darrell Mason 81, the tight end. Cribbs. First down and more. Cribbs dragged down. As he goes out of bounds, dragged down by Joe Restic. And now a New Orleans breaker is down. And it looks like it may be Ray Phillips.
I'll tell you what a great block that Leon Perry, number 30, the fullback, got for Cribbs. I don't know if you're going to see it. There's Adlet gets a good block. Perry gets an excellent block. Rustic is going to make the play. But Joe Cribbs just gets downfield.
Heavy. It is still heavy. Estimated attendance, 28,100.
And I will say, great job by the fans here in Birmingham with 28,000, especially in this rain weather. It looks like the rain is letting up just a little bit, but it rained hard through the whole first half.
Third down and 2. Cribbs on the same play again as the first down. Flag down after Cribbs goes down, maybe face mask.
You know, that's 3 times they've run this play, Jim, and you might as well run it till Cribbs can't run anymore, and then just run him one more time just for the heck of it, because they got Perry coming out, Adlet coming out, and they're just wiping out the defensive line. Here they come. Take a look at it. This time it wasn't Perry, it was Saindon, or Adlet, it was Saindon, but Perry gets an excellent block. This is the big blocking fullback at 248 pounds. Look at Perry, he's stumbling and still trying to find people.
On the defense, first down.
The call is against Restic for face mask. That moves the ball to the 49-yard line of New Orleans. 13:28 to go, third quarter. Birmingham by 4. Joey Jones comes out wide to the right as they are having Cribbs out of the game for the moment. Replaced by Gant. Jones has not been thrown to. Lockett has been shut out for New Orleans. And here comes Stout. Looking, has to go out of bounds. Stout across the middle.
They're going to be
enough
short.
for the first down. Smith gets up. He's been catching a lot of balls across the middle tonight, but that's not enough for the first down.
Jim, it was number 81, Darrell Mason, and they're going to be about a half a yard short. And with the best rushing offense in the USFL, here's the decision that coaches do not want to make. Raleigh Dodge wants to see a measurement, first of all, to see how much they have to go. But here's the decision. When you have this type of football team, and they sure can run the football.
Well, look how far they've got to run it. That far. That may help him in his decision.
What's 30 look like to you?
With a big Cliff Stout in there, Joe Cribbs, Leon Perry, and the fans saying go. All right, Raleigh. Mason got you that far. He's leaving them in there.
You know, you've got a lot of choices. You've got Cribbs that can blast in the middle because a lot of his plays are between the tackles.
Fourth down. Perry, easy first. Cribbs, they've been running that play all night long. Cribbs, what a move. First down inside the 25. Coming to the right, cutting back. Cribbs does it again.
Jim, you don't have to say anything. Just watch the moves of Joe Cribbs. He's getting blocking downfield. That's Adlet 78. But watch this. There aren't too many people that make cuts like that, my friend.
second, or may they make it third down and about a yard to go. 14-10 Birmingham, and they are driving at the 11 of New Orleans. Look who's got it again. Same play. Does not get back to the line of scrimmage this time. The man who made the play is the linebacker deep in the territory, and that is Larry Williams, number 51. Now, they going to go or kick?
Well, this crowd wants them to go. They know they've got the strong rushing offensive team, and
they're going to go.
They're going to go.
That's the yard and down marker there. About a yard to go. Earl Gant checks in.
Leon Perry time.
Boy, this is maybe more of a gamble than it was at the 40-yard line. This is a good, stout yard. And Leon Perry banging toward the 10, and you'll just have to wait to see where they mark the football. That's what it's going to depend on.
He has it by the nose of the ball. If you take the official number 18 on the right-hand side, and 18.
He's a head linesman.
That's Newhouse. They have the first down. It's the foot that you take a look at where he marked it.
It just keeps going, gets down to about the 7. We saw it against Tampa Bay. It's Birmingham football. A long drive. It hasn't paid off with a score yet, but before they get another play off, this will have taken up the first 7 minutes of the second half.
Okay, Leon Perry's coming in. What they have is 3 tight ends, Birmingham. They've got Mason, Robin Earl, and they're using Battaglia. The guard is the other tight end,
who has caught a touchdown pass this year from that position. Stout under pressure, throws for the touchdown. And guess who got it? Joe Cribbs. What a night Cribbs is having. What do you think about the Menon MVP if the game holds up this way?
7 minutes, 32 seconds in this drive, Jim. And now the rollout by Stout. He is being chased in the backfield. But Stout gets the ball off. Look at Cribbs all alone. Watch how he comes down inbounds. Joe Cribbs. He's done it all. He's blocked. He's running with the ball. And now he catches a touchdown pass.
A 91-yard drive in better than the 7 minutes. And 2 gambles on 4th down and short paid off as Miller comes in to add the extra point. And Birmingham, which has never trailed, now leads 21-10 halfway through the third quarter. The kickoff and the return, and coming out and back across the 30-yard line is Shields.
All right, let's take a look at it now. You're going to see Buddy Atleti pulled out to get the job done. Joe Cribbs, and that's Marcus Barrick, is trying to cover Joe Cribbs. Number 23 is Jones, that's going to come in and try to force it. Buddy Atleti just gets a piece of him, but this pass is thrown as Stout is going away, Jim, not to Cribbs, but away from him, and puts the ball on the money, and there's Joseph.
Breakers by 11, and by the way, the rain has stopped. Might be a better deal right now for Johnny Walton and crew. They live by the big play. Lockett has been shut out so far. Quick pitch back, fake reverse, and Marcus Dupree carries the ball across the 35-yard line to the 36. Give him a gain of 5. And Dupree is staying in the game. Scoring drive, 89 yards, 7:22, and the pass to Cribbs for 6. Number 95 and 55, Herbie Spencer hanging on. We understand that Akeem the Dream Olajuwon, as Houston is losing at the moment to Georgetown, is on the bench with 4 personal fouls.
Hey, Paul, where's the rib sauce? It's down in Dreamland, and it's also in the truck. I was down there. I'll tell you right now, best ribs in the country.
37-yard line. 3rd down and 3 for New Orleans.
told him to sit down, take a blow. Here comes Herb Spencer again, Jim. Nobody blocks Spencer. Watch this. He forces the tight end Ross to the inside, and take a look at it. The back never picked him up, Shalene, and watch where he hits him, right in the chest. His helmet hits him in the chin, and down he goes.
Woodward back to throw, looking down the sidelines here, and it is no good, and a flag is down. And they're going to call it on Ricky Ray. And Lockett says, yes, sir, but remember, the USFL, that is a 15-yard penalty, should it go against Birmingham, and first down for New Orleans.
What Birmingham is complaining about is no harm, no foul, but he pushed him in the back, and that is a foul. You cannot touch the man. Take a look at it. He gives him a shove. He's doing it, Ricky Ray, as he's going down. And now, wait a minute. Birmingham's here. They don't realize it's only a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
They moved all the way down to the 20.
It's
Now they're
been
coming
that
back.
kind of nightfall. They've lined up wrong to take the kickoff, both teams. Birmingham, many of them thinking that it's at the spot of the foul. Riding it outside is Marcus Dupree, and Dupree gets some yardage. Gets down to about the 33-yard line, a gain of 7 yards, and it is second down and 3.
Poor Dennis Woodward. Dennis Woodward saw him coming to the outside. Watch what he tries to do. He tries to cut out Marcus Dupree's legs from underneath him. Watch. Watch number 21. He said, oops, I got him by myself. I'm going to just block him. Wrong. That's not going to happen. Fred Bohannon is trying to push him out of Marcus Dupree out of bounds, and he had to get help.
Second down and 3. New Orleans putting together a drive. Lockett still has not caught a ball, is wide to the right. Charlie Smith to the left. Take Lockett out of that offense, and New Orleans suffers. Pitch back, Dupree fakes the handoff. Dupree's got the first down and bowls down to the 21-yard line. First down, New Orleans. Ricky Ray came in to make the stop.
Here's the fake reverse again. Dupree, just take a look at it. He's got the ball in the right hand. He fakes to Smith coming around, and watch this Herb Spencer. He can't get there. No one can. And all of a sudden, you got Ricky Ray doing the same thing that Woodbury did. So wait a minute. This guy weighs 240 pounds.
Smith right, Lockett left. Shalene and Buford Jordan in the backfield. Walden putting it up across the middle. No good, and you can see the man for whom it was intended. Charlie Smith, number 85, cutting in from the right side. Woodbury, the man who got the heel in his face from one of his own linebackers, made the defensive play. Second down and 10. Raleigh Dosh along the sidelines. His team leads by 11, but here come the undefeated Breakers knocking at the door.
Okay, now Shalene is out of the ball game. Steele is in the backfield.
Remember last time he came in the first half they threw to him coming out of the backfield. He has carried the ball once. Steele is slipping, trying to block. There's a pass across the middle, and that is complete. That's going to be Ross getting up. And a tackle made there by David Evans, the X-back. Ross has caught a couple of big passes in this drive. And that's close to a first down. It is going to be third down and not too far. About a yard or less. At the 11-yard line. Actually, inside the 11. Oh, we got a game coming up. We've already got a game. It's 21-10. But here's New Orleans right back in it. And as we said, the rain has stopped, which just benefits Johnny Walton and his whole crew. Second man through. Look at this. Buford Jordan. Touchdown easily. Jordan steps into the end zone. And he has got his second touchdown of the night.
I'll tell you right now, the guy, Joe Cuglieri, was held right in the play. And along with Dave Purifoy, they're very upset. But this is a great run. Take a look at it. They just run with Buford Jordan. There is the hole right at the line of scrimmage. Buford Jordan goes in, and nobody touches him. Excellent call.
Good drive by New Orleans. And Rossetti in to add the extra point. He hasn't missed in a long while. Hasn't missed it all this year. 3:10 to go, third quarter. 21-17. 4 total yards as you look at the third quarter statistics. Joe has rushed for 135 yards and caught passes for 26. An incredible night for a man who went to school just down the road in Auburn, Alabama. Now it is third down and 11 as Joey Jones lost a yard. Ball at the 43-yard line of New Orleans. Stout, not pressured at all. Drills it over there. What a catch by Smith. With Resnick hanging all over him. First down at the 25. Running to get outside. Cribbs. Cribbs picks up 3 or 4 yards. Gets down about the 22-yard line. Tackle made there again by Darrell Wilkerson, number 75. Joy Jones wide to the right. He hadn't caught a pass tonight, nor has Frank Lockett of New Orleans. Smith to the left. Stout back on second down. Stout in a crowd, and it's going to be, I thought it was going to be picked off. Thought it was going to be picked off by Larry Williams. Had the ball, it popped out. Stout almost suffered his third interception of the year. New Orleans almost stopped Birmingham.
Tell you one thing right now, Daryl Mason became a defensive back. He does a great job. Lawrence Williams, number 51, has the ball. But watch what Mason does. He rips the ball out of his hands. You go from offense to defense. That's a great adjustment by the offensive tight end.
Third down and 8 to go. 21-17 Birmingham. They've got the football on the 22 of New Orleans. They give it to that man again, Joe Cribbs. Cribbs does not get the first down. Cribbs is stopped. Led by Jeff Gaylord.
See the fake field goal in any of the games I've done all year. I want to see a fake.
35. No, it is a fake, and Lane is not going to. Oh, he's going to make it, maybe. Yes, he's got the first down. Bobby Lane hit in the backfield. Breaks the tackle, gets inside the 15.
I don't call many plays, but when I call the right ones, I want to tell you about it. This was a fake all the way. Look at Lane. He's smiling. He's laughing. He said, big defensive lineman can't bring me down. Watch this now. It fakes it. Here comes Miller, because he's Miller coming up the block. Lane is almost hit in the backfield, but he gets a great block on the outside, and then Lane picks up the first down, almost scored a touchdown. He's looking around for the marker saying, I got it, I got it.
Put the ball at the 12-yard line, first down. Birmingham up by 4. Fake to Cribbs, Stout under pressure, ball batted away by Wilkerson, and incomplete.
With everybody.
Stout in the middle of everybody, and the ball is knocked away by Miller, intended for Smith. And again, Smith went from offense to defense there.
I like the adjustment. The whole team came except for 2 guys. They sent 9 men that time at Stout. The only 2 were the cornermen on the outside. Miller was 1 on Smith. Stout steps up inside. And watch it. You're absolutely right. Smith goes from offense back to defense.
Third down and 10. The fake got them the first down at the 12. 2 downs later, they're still at the 12. Sending Jim Smith out to the right, Joey Jones to the left.
New Orleans is coming up on the line again.
Stout looking for Smith in the end zone and can't get to it. Lindell Jones was chasing him, but never would have had a shot, but it was just going too far past. And here comes Bobby Lane again. Not twice in a row.
No. Now you kick it. Now you kick it.
But if they do kick it and make it, remember, they're not only within a touchdown, but they're within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion of New Orleans going ahead should the Breakers come back. This would be a 29-yard attempt by Danny Miller.
They got it 6 yards closer is all they did.
The kick is good. Miller continues to do an outstanding job of kicking since being cut by Jacksonville. Building it for Scott Norwood. 24-17 Birmingham.
He hit the ground, but he was not touched yet. So that's why the ball is still in play. Had he been touched when he hit, then the ball would have been dead there because the ground can't cause a fumble. Good call.
That rain is of no help tonight to New Orleans, and we said it would not be, and it has not been. 24-17, fourth quarter, first and goal to go. Perry banging away, and Perry scores! His second touchdown of the night.
He gave the ball to Cribbs so Cribbs could bust the ball. Jim, watch Perry's legs. For all you young players out there, you want to know what leg drive is and what you have to do. Watch his legs. They don't stop moving. He's hit again, and then he still gets into the end zone. That's determination.
Undefeated New Orleans in danger going down to their first defeat. If that does happen, then there's time to go. 9:47, there would be a tie to Southern Division. But that slippery ball to a team that goes for the big play, as opposed to the team that likes to keep it on the ground, it'd have to favor Birmingham. Miller to add the extra point and does. 9:47 left in the game. 31-17. Miller kicks off. Ball is returned by Steele across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Tackle made by Jones again. Max now gets 2 calls coming off the bench on special teams. Well, that rain, Walton let the ball slip out of his hands, and the Stallions were alert to recover. Perry banged it in. They've got a 14-point lead with 9.5 minutes to go. And in the rain, Johnny Walton and company will have to come back. They are 73 yards away from a score at the moment. 3 wide receivers. Walton puts it up, and it's intercepted by Clanton. His second of the night. He takes over the league with 5. He returned it early on for a touchdown. And the Alabama folks love the man from Auburn.
Well, I think they were throwing the ball. Is that Brown, number 82? Yes, it is. And Clanton's playing center field again. But watch the catch. It's a one-handed catch in a driving racetrack. Maybe the gloves do help, Jim, because Clanton has gloves on.
The audience had the ball for 16 seconds going outside. Leon Perry suddenly decides he's got an outside move and speed. But it'll be third down and about 6 to go.
Jim, he just runs out of the arms of McClain, number 73, the defensive end. Watch McClain. That's 248 pounds. He's gone. He's gone by. Number 52, Ray Phillips, gets over and makes the play.
28,100 paid their way in. A lot of those have gone home in this driving rainstorm now that it's 31-17, but you would think there's 78,100 here. It is a big, noisy crowd.
Don't go home too early. The New Orleans Breakers can come back in there.
Oh, they did against Chicago. They did against Chicago. Here's Stout. Stout fires. Oh, he's got his man in between a couple of men. Defenders. Stout hands off to Perry, and Perry picks up 9.5 yards. Inside the 35. Birmingham beginning to wear down the Breakers, who might be a little upset on the turn of events down at the other goal line.
Okay, here comes the cross trap. Italia comes in. Here goes Perry, and he gets a blocking, and the inside Sainton also is in there. Buddy Adelet. But Jim, the one thing about Birmingham, you don't, when you're behind 14 points with a little less than 7.5 minutes to go, you don't want them with the ball because they lead the league in time of possessions with almost 36 minutes a game.
On the 34-yard line. Second down, a yard to go. The fake to Perry. Stops going for it all. To Cribbs. Knocked away on a good play by number 37, Eric Johnson. They had Cribbs over the middle and Johnson. Third down and short. Joe Cribbs has the first down. Now you can see Adelet from the bottom of the heap saying, we got the first down.
That time they took Robin Earl, the extra tight end, and brought him in motion and ran him up into the hole. There's Robin Earl.
At this point, Joe Cribbs may have as much as the entire New Orleans squad. Cribbs has, let's see, 572 yards total. He had 255 against Jacksonville. He had 155 last week against Chicago, and he is 0-0-0 tonight.
They may be running. They got Battaglia, number 59, who is the guard. He's playing tight end on this weak side.
Third down and 6 to go. Number 28. Here's Tribbs again. Tribbs trying to get outside, cannot get outside. And there's a good play there by Lawrence Williams, number 51, replacing the injured Bill Gump. And it's fourth down. And Stout, can you believe it, 31-17, is furious with himself. Miller coming on.
They're going to kick a field goal or try a field goal. Would we dare see another fake? I doubt it.
What we're looking at is the probability, not the actuality yet, the probability that it'll be 5-1. New Orleans and Birmingham at the end of this game sharing the lead in the Southern Division of the Eastern Conference. Johnny Walton pulled one out last week, sent it in overtime and won there. That was against, at that time, to win the splits. These are the Stallions who are trying to win their fifth in a row. A 44-yard attempt by Miller. The ball is up, and he does not have it. 4:04 to go. The Breakers get the ball back. They're down by 2 touchdowns, 31-7. When their team is about to knock off the only undefeated team in the league, they hope. But Walden is back for another try here, throwing the ball out of the backfield to Anthony Steele, and he is dragged down by number 55, Herbie Spencer, after a gain of 2 yards.
All right, they're going with the hurry-up offense. We're going to talk about something that Coach Curry told us earlier. When we mentioned about the number of plays, Jim, they've only had 49 plays going into this one here. New Orleans.
Play 50. Walden dumps it out of the backfield for Steele. Steele trying to get outside and is being ridden out of bounds by Ricky Ray. But keep in mind, with 3:18 to go, that 2-point conversion, because they're 14 down, but they can get a quick one, get another one, they can go for 2. But they've got to do something they haven't been able to do much of the night, and that is move the ball against the defense of Birmingham.
They stopped the clock because the balls are wet and they want to get a dry ball in, even though Steele did not get out of bounds. So now that's 50 plays, and Birmingham has run 66 plays.
A lot of the folks are getting out of the rain, heading home, but they head home happy. First down, New Orleans at their own 42. Walden over the middle and caught across the middle by Dan Ross, who has had a good night tonight. Locke has been shut out, but Ross is not. That's another first down. They'll move the sticks. Tell you what, if they score in a hurry here, this ball game is still up for grabs.
I'm telling you, New Orleans is a fourth-quarter team. They can come back down the field.
There's Walden going for Smith. Battle for it. Ball is loose, incomplete. You can see the men over around them.
Jim, Dennis Woodbury would have had the interception, except Chuck Clanton hit him when the ball came in his hand. Now, it looked like it. They were throwing to Smith down the field. Charlie Smith down the field. But just take a look at, there's Woodbury. He's got the ball, and then Clanton comes over and hammers him.
He wanted his third interception of the night. Clanton did. Dick Corey's team. He wants them to get in there.
Look at this. Now, here they.
Here's this line. Look at this formation. They've got 4 men here. Shotgun. Birmingham doesn't know what to do with the defense, but Shalene can't catch the ball.
Jim, this was going to be what they call this play. This is one that somebody sent in. Now, what they do is they're going to take Shalene out of there. They put the line on one side, Shalene in the middle. You see Shalene back there with Walton? And he's going to try as a middle screen. But Murphy, the linebacker, watch what he does. He's the guy in the middle. He sees Shalene coming out. That's his man. So he goes right for Shalene. We also have offensive linemen downfield, may I add. But Murphy played it very, very well. Now we got a third down and 10.
Oops, hold it. Looked like a man's trying to pass block there all of a sudden.
Well, Jackie Klein came across the line and went in front of Ray Horton, and Ray Horton moved. Jackie Klein did exactly what he wanted to do.
It has not been a good night thus far for New Orleans. They've encountered the rain, which has hurt their big play offense. They've encountered the #1 rushing team in the league. They've encountered Atlanta, the team that's the #1 team against the rush in the league. And in this rainstorm, they've come up short. Birmingham has played extremely well. 2:25 to go. Walden down the sidelines, and no good down the sidelines. Ricky Ray breaks it up.
Jim, what a great play by Ricky Ray. You know, in the first half, beginning of the second half, up here in the booth, we had Joe Cannizzaro, who was the owner of the New Orleans Breakers, and he was pacing around. He was nervous, and all of a sudden now we have Jerry Scalar here, and he's going crazy. He is the president of the Birmingham Stallions.
This is a presidential box where we are, I guess.
That's right.
Marion Brown just could not get the ball.
I got to get Jerry out of that green jacket, get him into a red one.
Fourth down, they got to go for it. Walden puts it up, and it's intercepted again. He's got his third of the night. One of them for a touchdown. He's got 6 in the league. Interception by Chuck Clanton. Tons of yardage by Joe Cribbs. It is the night of Birmingham.
Jerry Clanton, third time playing center field. He reads the play very well. What he's doing back there now, he's looking at Johnny Walton's eyes. Here comes the throw. Look at Clanton. Who's over? That was supposed to be for Charlie Smith, number 85, but was overthrown again. Here comes Clanton. All he wants to do is either somebody run me out of bounds or let me get out of bounds.
The 28,100 who have come in here, most of them Birmingham Stallion fans, are leaving happy, as New Orleans, the only undefeated team in this division, apparently is about to go down, and Birmingham is about to win its 5th in a row. 2:11 to go. Time is called by Birmingham. Cliff stop, Raleigh Dodge on the sidelines. Big night for them. They're playing at home. First down. This is Birmingham carrying the football, and that is Leon Perry, who has scored 2 touchdowns tonight. They're down near the 2-minute warning. Miller added the field goal to make it 24-17, and then came the disastrous. There was a pitch behind Marcus Dupree, recovered at the 1. Perry took it in from the 1, and Birmingham had the 31-17 lead, and that's where we are. Clanton has intercepted 3 passes. Joe Cribbs has gained as much yard as the entire New Orleans offense combined.
Well, no one took a timeout because of the 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go down because they ran the ball. Robert Woods, number 72, the left tackle, got injured on the play. Now they're playing on this series right here. They're playing with the 3 tight ends again. Daryl Mason, Robert Earl, and Battaglia, number 59, is playing one of the tight end positions, and he has to report every play.
Well, if this holds up, we have to congratulate 2 coaches tonight. Raleigh Dodge of Birmingham for winning the 5th in a row, knocking off undefeated New Orleans, and John Thompson of Georgetown, who has brought the Hoyas their first ever national championship. Raleigh Dodge, he won't mind that.
When he takes his
Dick
headset
Curry,
off,
he will mind that.
yeah, when Raleigh takes his headset off, you'll know the game is over with. That is not Dick Curry, though.
With the hoods and the rain, it's hard to tell. From the 41-yard line, it is 2nd down and 5 to go. Big man, Perry gets the first down. And that's the 2-minute warning. Big night for Birmingham. Here from Cliff Stout, 32 yards in all for a total of 181. Here's Cribbs in the end zone all by himself. And Birmingham and Cribbs had a great night. Joe Cribbs, who went to school in nearby Auburn, signed from Buffalo, came here, has 181 yards total. New Orleans has 199. Cribbs almost did it, but that is, by the way, Paul, is about 400 yards less for New Orleans than they got last week. They've gotten so far tonight. And Cribbs is our Menon MVP. Our congratulations. First down, Birmingham. The ball at the 32-yard line of New Orleans. Look at that total. An incredible night.
He's still in the game. He's not done yet.
tonight. Before that carry, Leon Perry had carried 13 times for 44 yards. Last week he carried 13 times, also when he was supposed to be a blocker.
I forgot to tell him he's no longer a blocker. He's still running the ball very well.
Tell you, one of his blocks on a Joe Cribbs run was awesome.
I like that's Dick Torrey there, and he's not. I'll tell you something. This is a good football team. The weather has been against them all evening. Mistakes in the game.
Well, he goes home next week and gets expansion Pittsburgh. And then Tampa Bay, which has lost 3 in a row, and Paul and I'll be there for that one. 2 weeks from tonight. Perry trying to find a way, carries the ball for the 15th time tonight. New Orleans is calling for timeout. 1:09 left. They're calling for timeout. A game marred by rain, marred by mistakes, turnovers, led to 2 touchdowns directly for Birmingham. The interception by Clanton, who had 3 tonight, returned for a touchdown on Walton's first pass. And then, of course, Walton's, with that slippery ball, threw the ball behind Dupree on a pitch out. Birmingham recovered the ball at the 1-foot line, and Perry took it in.
Sure words were never spoken by Coach Torrey when he said that we've got to keep the ball away from this football team because they just grind it out. Raleigh Dodge must think it's over with because he doesn't do that. Doesn't take his headset off until he's completely sure. Jubilant bench. Bob Lane over there can afford to be happy too. Remember the fake field goal, and Lane ran the ball for the first down. Everybody's gotten into the act tonight. Birmingham is a good-looking football team, and make no mistake, in their beloved dome down in New Orleans where it doesn't rain inside, the Breakers will be back. And Pittsburgh gets them next week, and the Breakers will be angry. You said something to me a couple of weeks ago when you came back from a Birmingham game, and you said this is a great football team. It's a good-looking team. Stout has not been intercepted since game number 1. There goes Cribbs again! Down to the 16-yard line. And we'll remind you again that for all the offensive problems of Walden and company, they are number 2 against the rush, and Joe Walden has had a personal triumph tonight. What did you have on Cribbs? Add 13 more to it. There's Adelette getting out, getting a block, and then watch the moves of Cribbs. You think a wet field does not bother Joe? I don't know what kind of shoes he has on, but I think everybody should wear them. 194 yards for Cribbs unofficially, 5 yards less than New Orleans. Now they sit on the ball. What a performance. He also has taken over the lead in rushing with those 162 yards tonight. Big night, Joe Cribbs. Half a minute to go. That's it. They're unpiling. Birmingham applauding on the line of scrimmage. They have handed previously unbeaten New Orleans their first loss. They have won their 5th in a row in the Southern Division. Both teams, New Orleans and Birmingham, are now 5-1. We've got 8 seconds left on the clock. Cribbs had a great night. Joe Cribbs did it all. I like. There's a new leader in the rushing category, Joe Cribbs, over 600 yards. Jim, I like the replay we showed of Cribbs for the men because he says he wants to get into pass receiving part of this game. We will check in on Birmingham next Saturday night in Jacksonville. But for tonight, with the score 31-17 Birmingham, I'm Jim Simpson with Paul McGuire. Good night from Legion Field, Birmingham.